chat thing.
Sure.
Kind of like WhatsApp or whatever. But it tells you when someone unsends a message. So I just opened it up and it was like, so-and-so unsent message. Like, oh, what did he say? What did he say to me?
Hey, Tasty.
Tasty. It's
How's
been a
it
while.
going? How are things over in the UK or something?
That sounded really underwhelming. Like,
how are things? No, how's life? Oh, I don't know specifically where she is. So
we don't want to tell people specifically where she is. How are
things on like 127 East Maple Street? Like people know we're in Portland, Oregon.
Third window from the top.
Yeah.
How are things?
Yes. Apartment 18. Yes, Rigor, we are on Thursday. We have some things to do tomorrow outside of the office, so we are not going to be here. But we wanted to make sure you guys all got your serious business.
No. This is not how you do. This is not how you do it nowadays.
Oh,
guys,
excuse
tomorrow we are selflessly volunteering for hours and hours with mange-ridden varmints to save them from
mange-ridden children.
Mange-ridden children.
Yeah.
Who
then help those kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before they die of something.
We will post how much money we donated tomorrow in like big, bold, red writing. No, yes, we are volunteering, but we don't believe in actually tooting horns about that.
We're going to take apart some computers.
Yeah.
You know what? Selfishly, it's therapeutic. They give you a big box of computers and pieces to take apart and give you like goggles and stuff. And they like take all the metal off of the PCB and you're just like metal. Ripping these like old pieces apart, you know?
Yes.
What's our Twitch name?
Midnight Dojo?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Hi, everyone. If you're just catching up, so is Logan. I'm sorry, Ward. Should I be working harder to call you Ward on this show?
I don't care.
You sure? I don't Ward.
I don't care.
Ward.
There. Now I've tweeted there'll be 7 more people in here.
Yes. Gonna get 7 of the people. All right.
Let's get down to business and just talk about things. There's 10 people here that are going to get to see this first, but has everyone seen this? Breath of the Wild without cell shading. This came out a little while ago, but this is something I was going to use on my video about like why you should game on PC. You can't play Breath of the Wild on PC without. That's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. A little bit of sound coming out there, guys. You can't play Breath of the Wild on Switch or on Wii U without cell shading, but you can play it on PC without shell shading. Shell shades.
Shades. Cell shades down at the shade.
At the
shack.
She sells.
She sells cell shades down at the shade shack.
This show sucks. I hate this show.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I blame you.
Oh, by the way, guys. So one of the things that's happened on our website is that I've usually relied on someone else to take care of it just because I don't have a lot of time. But recently I was like, you know what? I'm moving everything over to my own server. Had a ton of issues because there were multiple people messing with Git in the back end. And so someone made a change to Git and didn't do any commits. And I didn't know what it was. And no one knew what was changed. So I finally brute force figured it out and moved everything over to a new server. So now everything on the website completely works. I'll admit that I'm not going to be on there every day because I'm not as social as most when it comes to this sort of stuff. And I'm going to be on the Midnight Dojo forums quite a bit, which you guys can go over there and join if you wanted to. But there's not much going on over there. But we have a secret section when we're doing our game development stuff. But anyway, forum.syndicate.com. If you guys have joined in the past and didn't get an email, just go and say resend me the email. It'll work now. Everything will work.
Yeah, no more complaints on Discord about not being able to get your ID and stuff. That's going to be great.
It just works.
It's going to be great. We've also upgraded. We now got a tiny little monitor on the side here that
they don't think they can see it.
I know, but
there it is.
We got this tiny little monitor here for
That's
chat.
our chat.
Look at our chat. Hi, chat. Aw.
You know, if we mounted a bigger monitor on a stick like that, it would probably work as well.
It would, but I like to squint when I read what Rigor says, so it, it's just love squinting so much.
Can we make this bigger? Like,
I already did.
that's as big as it gets with all this junk on the top. Can't this go
No,
away?
all that junk on the top can't go away. We have too much junk
Well.
on the pre-trunk.
What?
I don't know.
Never say that again.
No, I will.
Mark Zuckerberg's going to fix the internet. Thank God.
Yeah,
if-
Zuckerberg is here to save the day.
You know, he's the person I would call to fix the internet.
Yeah.
So there's several different things he addressed in his little, I guess, proposal to fix the internet. Of course, privacy and data protection were way up there at the top, right?
Sure.
Because you know Zuckerberg's really going to take care of your privacy and data, but he's like, hey, we need.
Because he respects your privacy and data so much.
Yeah, but. So there's that. He wants to protect against harmful content, hate speech, and that sort of thing. And he also wants to do some stuff to help protect elections. Okay. So you're telling me, Zuckerberg, that if, somebody from Russia shows up and they're like, listen, I've got $1 million to spend on your platform, and it's going to be for political advertising. Are you going to be like, sorry, we can't have your money because it's Russian and we don't want you advertising on our platform? Or is he going to be like, okay, can you make me out 10 different checks for $100,000 each instead of one for $1 million? How's he going to do this?
Like, I feel like he's going to, like Mark Zuckerberg is also going to be like, no, I have integrity and you need to respect that, sir. How dare you? Like that's going to happen all of a sudden.
Do you think Zuckerberg really cares who's president if he's sitting in his private island or his private section of an island in Hawaii that he took away from all of the native Hawaiians?
Yeah.
By force, basically. Do you think he's going to care? He's like, I don't care. Give me another daiquiri. Like, do you think he really cares who the president is?
I want it in a solid gold coconut.
And it has to be grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you can't make a solid gold. You need to make a tree that produces a solid gold coconut and then give me the. Okay, I went too far with that. Yeah.
Litecoin tracks if it's from Ruska. If it's from Ruskies.
Litecoin?
Litecoin from Ruskies?
I don't think Litecoin can track all that, can it?
I don't know. Maybe.
So anyway, anything that Zuckerberg says, does anyone even? Why does he even say anything? No one takes him seriously.
Like, look at his picture. Every time you see a picture of him, it looks like he's confused why carbon-based life forms are making sounds with their mouths. Like he's like, they continue to make these strange noises from their food holes. It doesn't comprehend. Zuckerberg is confused.
Yeah, he's
a
strange one.
Yeah, he is. Oof.
So speaking of social media, Linus Torvalds, the creator of the Linux operating system, I don't care what anybody else argues. Stallman helped create it. Okay, I knew you were going to say that. Anyway, he's a very vocal guy. Some people accusing him of being toxic because if someone does something with Linux and they maybe commit some bad code or they have some terrible ideas, he is super quick to go online publicly with the email chains. He does a lot of public correspondences that, because it's open source. They'll have like open emails and stuff that you can read. He's really quick to go online and be like, you fucking moron, and then just destroy the person, right?
Yeah.
To the point where
he's very brave behind his keyboard.
Right. But at the same time, he detests social media because it makes people more toxic than they should be. And I think he's got a few different points here. Like, people are obviously pointing out that he can be a dick, right? And he can be a little bit rough around the edges. But the thing that he's saying here to support himself is that, listen, I can go online and be an ass. Yes, I can have a temper, but everything is tied to my name. When someone else goes online and says a bunch of inflammatory bullshit on Twitter or whatever, it doesn't have to be tied to who they are. It can be tied to an anonymous account. They don't actually have to have any credibility. So he says he respects privacy and all that sort of thing, and you should be able to privately go online and do things. But he actually thinks that when you go online and, spout a bunch of hate or spout a bunch of bullshit or spout a bunch of like anger or flame someone, he said that it would be better for society if that was actually tied to who you are.
If it had a picture of your face next to it with your name.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Do you guys think that there would be fewer flame wars?
Hi, Vincent. Welcome aboard.
Hey,
Yeah.
you think there would be fewer flame wars if, you know, if I went online and my name was, you know, like Methuselah 77, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I would just say whatever, right? But if my name was Ward online and it had a picture of me, do you think I would be better behaved? Do you think you would be better behaved if everything you did was tied to your name?
I feel like, yeah, people are definitely more responsible when they know it can get back to them.
Right.
Like, I gotta agree with this guy on pretty much all accounts here. Like,
Yeah.
Social media sucks.
The other thing he says
Like-
is that like you miss the nuance. You can't tell when someone's being sarcastic and stuff. So you end up getting in flame wars because of that, because someone says something and they were being sarcastic and you don't hear an inflection. You don't hear the tone of what they're saying.
And then you go, I was just being sarcastic. You, no, you weren't.
Yeah, don't try to say that now.
Yeah, every time.
So using real names online. I would like to stay away from social media for the most part, but it exists, so it is what it is.
Davenport says, unless you're the Donald.
Why does he not have a team of people like slapping his hand every time he touches Twitter?
He does. They've all given up at this juncture.
What does he do? He's like, gotta go to the bathroom, and he grabs his phone, and they're all diving for it, and he's like, no, don't take your phone in there, you stupid son of a...
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to the bathroom.
Tasty
How does he
PC
do
says,
this?
I think people would send less disgusting messages if their identity was tied to it. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
less creepy asterisks if you could actually see the person behind it.
Oh, God. I want to do creepy asterisks in real life. Like, I want to go to somebody and not actually touch them, but just be like, caresses you gently. But not actually do it. Just say things to people and see how weird it is. Like, wags my tail in your direction.
Yeah.
This feels creepy, doesn't it?
Punches your face in.
Breathes on the back of your neck hairs.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, go to the mall. I'll give someone $1 if they do this. Go to the mall and do creepy asterisk stuff. Say creepy. Don't do it. Say it to people, and just stand there. I'll give you $1 if you do
Hi,
it.
streaming train.
Yeah, it's the train. I'm so glad that that's here.
It's become like another character on the show, really.
Well, soon we'll have to deal with the sounds of this all over the place. SpaceX, they've tested out the engine on their first Starship. And this is going to be a transport ship that maybe can do small hops between the moon and Mars and that sort of thing. So they've Starhopper. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever.
Starhopper.
It's the first time they tested the engine, which is a pretty big thing. It went
Gotta be
okay.
a better name for that.
They've
Anyway.
got so many different names. Starhopper.
Yeah.
It's Starship is going to be like it's one of their starships. And then what's the other thing? The Falcon or the whatever the Raptor
Yeah.
is it called the Raptor? The actual booster? Yeah, Raptor is going to be the engine. But yeah, it worked. Powered up. Raptor's working. Would you guys go to Mars?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah. 100%.
You're going to land, and then as soon as you land,
Take over.
take over, and
Yep.
then 2 years later, there'll be billboards everywhere, and you're gonna be like, "Why did I do this?"
No, not
Why?
on my Mars. If I'm taking over, then it won't happen.
So there's that. Let's move on though.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about this for just a second before we get into the fun gaming stuff, right? So, Cesar Hidalgo, I believe he works in like artificial intelligence technology and all kinds of different things, but he has an idea to replace the representatives that are in power with artificial intelligence. Now, he's not saying. Here's the interesting thing: he's not saying one individual artificial intelligence should replace us. He's saying that we should each human being should have their own representative. So we can't sit down and like look at the 3,000 laws a year that go through Congress and stuff. We don't have, it's not our job. We don't have time to like sit there and thumb through every single thing. So what he proposes is that each person goes online and creates a profile and sits down with their personal artificial intelligence and answers all these questions so that the artificial intelligence understands the nuances of what they want. And then that artificial intelligence is their personal delegate to do all the voting for them. And everyone gets a vote on everything based upon what their artificial intelligence says.
That sounds really corruptible.
Yeah, it does.
Like that sounds real. Yeah, Rigor's saying it sounds like a bad idea.
The thing
Showteen says Bender for president. You know.
Yeah. The first thing that hit me with all this is like, okay, who's gonna be facilitating all this? And like, you know, there has to be at some point along the chain, there's got to be somebody making the software. There's got to be somebody facilitating the software. There's got to be somebody running the platform. And there is the point where it can be corrupted. And the problem we have right now with our current form of government, and you have this in Europe and stuff as well, is we elect a representative, right? So we're a lot of people. We got a lot of power, right? The representative you put in power is the one that actually votes. So if you're a big company and you want stuff done,
you just money to the representative.
You just go straight to the representative. And then you can just completely, you know, usurp the power that we have by going straight to the representative. So why wouldn't the people go straight to the software and be like, let's fix this software up? Like, oh, whoever made the software, give them $1 billion, you know? Like,
I don't know. It just seems like...
What is a way that we could... Is there a way that you could run things that couldn't be corrupted? Maybe if the artificial intelligence had total control. And we were like, shit, we can't do anything. It just makes the decisions without our input.
It knows what's best for us.
I feel like that would be safer.
I guess.
If it was just like, no, it will not take any, you know, and like lobbyists will be vaporized. You know, like any lobbyist come near the software vaporized, but...
Oh, man, I would pay to see that.
Lobbyists will be vaporized.
Can I just also say, this guy looks a lot like Dave Grohl.
Does he?
Yeah. Oh, it's creepy.
Let me get a close-up of him. Okay, scoot forward a little bit so you get a close-up.
Yeah, let's see this guy. Look at that.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
He looks like Dave Grohl a little bit.
It's
It's
bit.
kind of creepy, like a maybe fuller version of Dave Grohl, but still, like he could be Dave Grohl's like less successful brother. That like
you mean smarter brother?
Yeah, smarter brother, so less successful.
Right. You're like, yeah,
I don't know.
My brother's like a genius, like guy working on like artificial synapses and stuff. What do? I go, the best for hours, and people give me money.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, like they're they go home for Thanksgiving and stuff, and he's like everybody's been really upset about my like AI theory and stuff, and then Dave Grohl, his brother's just like, is someone getting the best of you, man? And he's like, shut up, Dave. Like,
God. Well, we've decided his life, haven't we?
Sorry. Yeah. There we go. This is also a nice glimpse in my thought processes. Where like, oh, all these AI representatives and stuff, and all these like important things that could decide
like
our future. And I'm
Grohl.
like, that guy looks like Dave Grohl. Like,
well, we were trying to say something, but oh God. I announced to the internet this week that alternative is one of my least favorite types of music. Like it's right up there with country and technountry.
Technountry?
Yeah, you know. Have you ever been to a country dance club?
No.
Really?
No, because I'm not from fucking Kentucky, dude.
I went to one in Florida.
Okay, that's still down south. Like,
Because I had this girlfriend with a cowboy hat.
no.
And she pulled out the cowboy hat, and it's just like, for me, a cowboy hat is like one of these things that's just like, wilts the flowers, if you know what I mean. The
Yeah.
whole garden just like,
It really takes the wind out of your sails.
yeah, but she put on that cowboy hat, and like, we're going to this story time, by the way, guys.
Okay.
She's like, we're going to this. Come on, we're doing this. And if you really care about me, you're going to come with me to this country nightclub. But it was like in Florida. So it was like all the songs had a beat. Like, and it just, I got inside and I was like, what are we listening to? So the music was like the standard, you know, but it was all.
Oh, it's like that song Swamp Thing. Yeah. Look up the song Swamp Thing. You understand what I'm talking about.
So
everyone.
apparently Cotton Eye Joe is not alone in its genre.
Ugh. That's horrifying.
But Cotton Eye Joe's a joke, right? It's funny. It was played on like all the alternative radio stations.
Yeah, the name of the band was Rednecks, like with an X at the end or something like that, if I recall.
So it was a joke song. But when I went to the country nightclub, I realized that this is a whole genre of music, and I just coined it technountry because I don't know what it is. You would go to a country nightclub with
Black Betty, yeah.
with somebody. Black Betty.
Diego Maradona wants, yo, do you do improv?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, Black Betty, blam, ba-dam.
What?
That song.
Tasty Pieces' Cotton Eye Joe was her ringtone for a bit in school. So just in the middle of Latin class and stuff, because I assume you're learning Latin for some reason, just in the middle,
Latin
Like I
class.
be forgotten, Angel.
Okay,
I've been married.
Hold
like,
on, stop,
in-
full stop. I think you think too highly of what's going on in the UK. You think everyone's in
Dude,
Latin
I took
class.
fucking Latin, okay?
You think-
in
but hold on a second.
Massachusetts.
You
like,
think everyone's in like Latin class and everything? Have you just Google like chav and then like check out just kids hanging out on the streets with their chav things?
dude, I took Latin, okay? In the middle of fucking nowhere, Massachusetts.
That's Massachusetts, the smartest state in the country, which has a higher average IQ than the UK.
Take that, UK. We're wicked pissa.
But the UK does have a higher average IQ than the rest of the United States.
Okay, English literature.
Look that up on your Funkin' Wagnalls. My jokes are so old.
Why don't you go to Ask Jeeves and look it up?
Yeah, bring that up. It's just ask.com. Now shut up, kid.
Miami Mercenary wants to know what is the meaning about the Burning Earth logo.
Okay, this is a good one. The earth and then fire.
And that's a logo.
No, for real. It was drawn by the guy who does a lot of the album artwork for Opeth and Moon Sorrow and Slayer and Metallica and all those shitty bands. But he does, he does a lot of cool artwork like that. And the whole idea was that fire is referred to as something that's knowledge is referred to as something that spreads like fire, right? Mm-hmm. And the idea was like, hey, we'll just get on here and have a bunch of people together so we can share knowledge and stuff like that. So raise the world with fire.
Yeah. Some men
Which
just
is-
want to
which
watch
is a metaphor
the
for
world
knowledge.
learn.
Just want to sit back and watch the world learn.
Yeah.
Okay, it was just destructive, and I like it. Okay. Remember the first time I like saw Linus, like the first word out of his mouth was like, "What the hell is wrong with you with your logo?" And I was like, it was one of the first things he said to me was like, "And your stupid name raised the world, seriously?" He's like, "What are you like? Who are you trying to attract?" And I was like, "Not you, dude."
Awfully big
Yeah.
claim coming from someone whose name is Linus Tech Tips. I'm just saying.
Well, at least it says what it is. It's Linus Tech Tips.
Whatever.
He was like, "What the
Took
hell
like
is?"
30 seconds to come up with. Like, ugh.
Yeah, but it's easy. You can. I mean, like it's
I don't know.
marketable.
Sure.
Raise the World is not marketable. Like the name Raise the World, it's like some underground thing, which is kind of what I liked.
I feel like he would respect you more if you just took a picture of you like holding the logo like for a thumbnail.
I don't know. He called me a hippie, and I cried in the corner. Oh, anyway, we got more.
Oh,
things.
Mark, did you find the Swamp Thing song? It's you know it when you hear it.
What?
The Swamp Thing song that I said to go to look for country techno technuntry.
Technuntry.
Technuntry. Technuntry.
Technuntry is
Yep.
fashion.
Yeah. You know it when you hear it.
Hey.
Mark's got it.
Let me tell you something.
What?
Line dancing is fascism. Heard it here first. Yeah. People, you get in the line and you all do the same things with your cowboy hats. And you do like, everyone does the same move. And if you get out of step,
Everyone judges you.
dead.
Yeah.
They pull out a gun and shoot you right there on the dance
It's
floor.
Texas and they'll do that.
Or Florida, which,
Yeah, because it's Florida and they'll do that.
well, they'll eat your face
Because
off
it's America and they'll do that.
first. But, line dancing is fascism.
Okay.
I've said yes.
Okay. That's
No one's arguing. I'm waiting for someone to argue with me.
No one's disputing you, man.
Like, sad. I wanted to fight.
Sorry.
All right, so there's some drugs out there that might be able to turbocharge your drain. They have drain your brain.
Turbocharge your drain.
Dr. Dina Dubal was hired by the University of California, San Francisco. There, I've covered my they. Everyone's always like, "Who the hell is they?" Well, they is Dina Dubal from the University of California, San Francisco.
Yeah. Doctor.
Dr. Dina Dubal.
Yes, we are still in Portland. We're still important.
We're
still in Portland. Can I do? Can I do?
What?
Daft fuck can I do? Da fuck can I do? Damn, that took.
The fuck can I do?
The fuck can one do? That took me way longer.
Yeah. Anyway,
I need to turbocharge my brain so I can actually read things again.
the name of the drug is
Clotho. Clotho?
yeah.
That sounds like a barbarian.
Yeah. This is Clotho. It make your mind better.
Yeah.
So Clotho was
Want to
originally
be smart like Clotho?
take my drug, Clotho. We need to make a commercial about this stuff. So Clotho was originally developed to help people with Alzheimer's and help their brain function and activity return to more of a normal state, normal cognitive state. And in studies, it seems that in rats, when they feed this to them, they're able to solve the mazes faster. They're able to do things more quickly. They basically are smarter. So they were like, if this is approved for a clinical trial on humans, and it actually makes humans smarter, should we just give this to people
Yes.
and make them smarter?
That couldn't hurt.
Well, who's going to get it? That's the thing. Who's going to get this?
Everyone.
Are they going to give it to everybody? Or, I mean, they. Big they. Is Big They going to let this happen?
Maybe. Probably not. No, it would only be given to the 1% so they can be even smarter about nothing.
And if you guys could get this, would you want it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You would want it.
Sure, why not?
Then you'll be lonely.
Why?
Because
I'm already fucking lonely. At least I'll be smart and lonely. Like, Jesus.
Everything right now, the mainstream and like the majority of everything is made for the lowest common denominator. So sorry, most things are made for like 90 IQ, right?
Sure, whatever.
So you take this stuff and you suddenly got like well over 100, 120, 130, 150 IQ, whatever it is. It makes you smarter. We're just being in theoretical right now. You're going to be very lonely, and like mainstream media is just going to be like beneath you. Do you want to live in that world where like you just can't enjoy things because they're so dumb and inane, and you start to look at the world and see, just like
I'm resisting the urge to say that's already how I feel.
you think you're so fucking smart, huh?
No, I just think things are dumb.
Yeah, things are dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Being so smart, do you ever sit around and think, God, I wish I was dumb so I could enjoy everything?
I mean, ignorance is supposed to be bliss, right?
That's the whole conversation. It's like, would you rather have bliss or would you rather have knowledge?
Yeah, this sounds like a limitless situation, like that movie / TV show that was creatively made by basing a TV show off of a movie. Ooh, like...
Well, I mean...
Like, maybe then we could have better entertainment than if everyone's taking it. Then people would actually be able to come up with, like, creative things on their own instead of just rehashing the same things every 5 years.
They always make the whole, like, super intelligence thing, like, sexy and all that. But they don't dwell on the parts that I think would really happen, like the psychological effects of being smarter than others. Like, I do think there would be, like, things would become, like... It would be like a listless existence to an extent, I think.
Like, I'm too smart for this realm.
Yeah, this is not made for me. This world is not made for me. Everything's boring, and you get things way quicker than everybody else. Jokes aren't as funny. I don't know. I'm an idiot, so how would I know any of this stuff? But I'm just thinking, if I was that smart, wouldn't it be that way?
I guess.
Anyway.
Did I say rehashing? Rehashing, thank you.
Rehatching?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. They're this flat. Thank you.
No, because they're literally taking the same thing and they're putting it back into an egg, and then they're sitting on it for a hot second, throwing some money at it, and then it hatches, and they're like, "Look at this brand new thing that we came up with. It's still the same trash, but we put some money on it." Like, I guess that's my. No, I said the wrong word.
I would take the drug.
Yeah, I would too. I would totally take it.
I would take 10 of them and run. Like. Yeah, I would. 270 IQ. I don't care.
I want to do those and then like do a smart things montage, like playing against 6 different people, playing chess against 6 different people in the park and something. And,
right. You have to find new ways to entertain yourself.
Yeah.
I would probably entertain myself by trying to control society maniacally from a tower somewhere. Like I'd build myself a ziggurat and live in it.
There you go. Okay, nice.
I would live in this.
Ziggurats like kind of pyramid-shaped structures, though.
Yeah,
That's
tall.
not really towery.
Well, an obelisk with a ziggurat on top.
All right.
I'll be in the ziggurat.
I'll be smart enough to make it structurally sound. Don't you worry.
Yeah, of course. I'll be in the ziggurat if you need me.
Go sit in your tower. Go sit in your tower and nap.
No cigarettes in the ziggurats.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's get sad for a moment. So I read this article, and I wasn't going to bring it up because, yeah, of course, we know Amazon really pushes people to work in their factories and their warehouses. Mm-hmm. And yes, we know that if someone is injured, they're still on the clock and they still have to do X amount per hour, right?
Right.
The reason I wanted to bring this up is because Amazon didn't want to pay for, I think her name's Michelle. Yeah, there we go. She had developed carpal tunnel, right? Mm-hmm. And she was having a lot of problems, and to the point where she needed surgery, right? Amazon did not want to pay or give her any like benefits for her time off or anything like that. They didn't want to cover anything. They didn't want to do workers' compensation. And they actually spent a ton of money hiring a private investigator to follow her around and see how hurt she seemed at home and stuff. That's fucked up.
That's super fucked up. So
Like,
they spent more money on a private investigator than it would have just been to...
Right. I feel like it's almost like Amazon's doing this as an example. Like, okay, listen, if you think you're hurt, keep your mouth shut because we're also going to hire a private investigator for you. Maybe they spent, like more money than it would have cost to take care of her carpal tunnel syndrome and her surgery and everything. But now everyone else is too afraid to speak up. They're chilling the rest of their employees. Come on, I mean,
that's some shady ass shit there, right?
All right, Bezos. What the hell, dude? These employees help make you the richest guy in the world, and this is what you do. You hire private investigators. And listen, I know, well, I didn't do it. One of my employees did it. Just say one thing, and it stops.
Yeah.
Just come out of your fucking ziggurat for a minute.
Your ziggurat on a tower.
And say one
In
thing.
space.
Yeah. And that's
some shady shit, Bezos.
I need more Amazon alternatives, but that's really, really fucked up. Anyway, is it time to get into fun stuff?
Just about.
Well, yeah, the more they speak up, the quicker they're replaced. Is that what she said? I can't read it over there.
The more they speak up, the quicker the robots will replace them. LOL.
You know what? At least robots are not going to be as mistreated. I'm kind of like okay with the robots because you have to be okay with the robots because it's an inevitability.
Yeah.
So it's either be okay with it or don't, but it's going to happen. So the quicker you're okay with it, the quicker you can start thinking of what to do with your life once robots take your job.
Get my thought patterns transferred into my own robot body.
Yeah.
Take it to him.
The fuck is a ziggurat? I'm going to bring it up real quick.
Ziggurat, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know how to spell it.
Let me just hit some images here.
Look at that ziggurat.
Where's the screen here? There we go. Look at all these ziggurats. So I'm going to put one of these on top of a giant obelisk.
You ziggurat to know what this is.
Yeah.
Here now.
This is a perfect ziggurat right here. Yep. There you go. As you can see, the more you know, rainbow. And if your IQ is high like mine, you know what a ziggurat is.
Clearly, someone needs some pills. Like,
oh god, I want to do a whole segment where we just gatekeep things. I was having so much fun online this week gatekeeping things. I told people to tell me bullshit stuff to gatekeep, and I was gatekeeping just nonsense.
I mean,
so much fun.
It's so easy.
It's so easy to gatekeep things. So I wouldn't mind having a segment where we just gatekeep shit. That would be funny. Anyway, where were we?
We were at Epic Pants.
Oh yeah, we were like selling some stuff.
Yeah,
but then
tired of ziggurats? Head over to epicpants.com. A ziggurat-free experience.
You can buy lots of things,
but no ziggurats.
I kind of want to sell one now. What if we gatekeep
gatekeeping?
Ooh,
that would
bro. That's not even gatekeeping. Let me tell you what gatekeeping is. That would be.
I don't know. How many questions about gatekeeping do you think you can ask? Because if you can't actually ask all those, I don't think you're capable of gatekeeping.
Yeah. Yeah. We can go that way. We can go this way. But you know what? You're a white man, so you don't really get to gatekeep anything.
Yeah.
See, I just gatekeep that.
Preemptive gatekeeping. Yeah.
Keep your gatekeeping with your race and your cisgendered business.
So
anyway, why don't you guys buy some stuff, huh?
Head on over there. There's plenty of cool t-shirts and beer drinking accessories and mouse pads. We have some of the best mouse pads in the biz, not gonna lie. Not just saying that because this guy pays my check either. We have some of the best mouse pads in the biz.
Though,
yeah.
Fucking repercussions.
Fucking end you.
.com.
Yeah.
There's also art that no one's ever purchased. No, I think we've sold a couple of these.
No, nice.
We have art prints. Oh, the other one sold out. Only got this one left.
That one's really rad, though.
Yeah, this is a poster of a scene from something that came out of someone's noodle.
Also, the Ragnaroth shirt is still just my favorite.
Ragnaroth.
Ragnaloth?
Oh, the Ragnaloth.
Ragnaloth, excuse me.
That's this one. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces of artwork.
Can we tell you guys like the story behind the name Ragnaloth? This was literally like Logan and I sat in the office one day looking at this picture. We're like, what would you call this monster though? Like the The Bone Centipede? No. And then, like, we just sat
The
in the office.
Zorlak.
Yeah,
Like-
just, like, coming up with ridiculous sounding names.
Well, I mean, when you look through like the old monster books and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's always like the Flak and the Jam Wrecker,
Kazarok.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
these names.
You're just like,
You grab a monster book, and we'll see what we've got
yeah,
in here.
like, let me...
We're gonna do this. We're gonna
Second
talk about
ed here.
monster. All right, second ed monster manual. Let me show them how big this thing is. This is like, this is actually it's a 3-ring binder, but it's actually a legit book.
Yeah.
Because back then they sold things in 3-ring binders. So find us a good
Let's
one.
see. We got a bullywug.
Let's see that bullywug right there.
Yeah, look at that. Look
You
at
guys,
that.
yeah, you wish you had a bullywug.
A bullywug. We've got centipede. No.
Ooh,
Uh,
the eagle.
the Galeb Dur.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight a Galeb Dur.
Galeb Dur.
Fight a genie.
Yeah. Here we have a
Jackalware.
Jackalware. Next to a germ. Gerlane. I don't even know this one.
Jerlamely.
Gerlane. So yeah, it's really
What the hell
great.
is that thing?
Yeah. Here's a Kyrin.
Oh,
Just because there is one. Yeah. So we got all these really great Kenkus and
where do you get one of these old time
Chilmolis.
I don't know where you could find one of these Advanced Dungeons and Dragons binder books. Maybe
We found one at Guardian Games.
it
here
was in the
Portland,
used
Oregon.
used section of Guardian Games,
Yeah, you want to go to used game stores and stuff like that if they have them.
and you gotta be look at this. I mean, this
Yeah.
is like
That is
serious
clutch.
business right here.
Yeah.
Clutch?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think clutch is the right word for this. It didn't save the day, did it?
It did if you were a DM back in the day playing second ed edition.
Clutch.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I gotta call all your modern usage of words.
Listen, man, just because you're afraid of coming
Hey!
into the new century. Hey,
Black Bull Media.
Black Bull Media Films, thanks for subscribing.
That zombie is dumb. And I hate
Find
it.
it on eBay then, Tasty, if you don't want to leave the house.
No, leave the house.
Yeah.
Leave the house. It's I've been doing that more lately, and it makes me happy. I've found.
Come to Portland and you can thumb war us for ours.
No.
Best 8 out
You
of
cannot have it.
out of 15.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. No one can have it. Nope. No. No one can have it. All right. Thanks to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of lost MySpace songs have been recovered. Well, I'm so glad about this. Does anyone like wake up this morning and say, "Oh shit, I'm so happy"?
Like, remember that song I listened to on MySpace? This article was more just for the fact that, like, Jesus, remember MySpace? Like,
So they've taken songs that were lost. A lot of like they were accidentally deleted or something. The Internet Archive has grabbed these up, and they've been released. And you can actually go and play them online with a player that they've modeled to look just like the old MySpace player for nostalgia purposes. It's a little slow, they say, when you're navigating. Let's grab a song, shall we? Can we?
sure.
Where do we? How do we get these things? Is this going to be another The Verge?
Check on the catalog thing right there, maybe.
Where?
Yeah. Click on this link.
No,
right
it's another Verge article. Oh, article. There we go.
here. Oh, archive.org.
All right, so we're gonna see what we got here. All right, where's the player? Click here to use Hobbit. There we go. Hobbit's the player. There it is.
There we go.
What are we gonna get? Want to search for something, or just want to let it play?
Just put in a
There's a random song we're gonna play right here. After a year of we'll come back in a year when it's ready.
yeah.
You know, a lot of people in Hollywood want to prevent Netflix from entering the Oscars.
Because they're afraid.
You know, they've got some points. I started actually seeing the side of Steven Spielberg and a lot of the guys who are saying the Netflix should not be involved in the Oscars. Netflix is making movies, right? But here's the thing. The Motion Picture Association and the Oscars have always been about the theater experience and going to the movies in the theater and all that sort of thing. And there's always been a clear separation in like the Emmys, right? What are you playing?
I don't know. I think we have to search for something.
I always search for snakes.
So continue with what you're. Yeah.
So here's the idea. The Emmys are for like TV, movies at home, and that sort of thing, right? They'd rather. Oh no, you find something. Snakes not even coming up. That one, yes.
This one, perfect.
This looks like it's gonna hurt. Well, now you guys have heard something from MySpace.
Yep.
And let's talk about the Oscars again. I want to know what people think. The Oscars is
So, who cares about the Oscars? Oscars is so fucking boring.
Is this muted, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I gotta agree with the Oscars are so fucking boring and stuff like that. Like, it used to be this, like, really glamorous thing where you'd be like, oh, I'll get to see all the stars out in one place, and oh, how fancy and fun that will be. And now it's just like, so we're just rewarding people who make way more money than they should for what they do by tooting their own horns and listening to them talk about how internally they're so great with each other. This is fucking stupid.
And then, Best Picture? No. Let's figure out which ones made the most political statements and award those.
Yeah.
Best Picture. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. But this article is specifically about should Netflix be allowed on the Oscars. If Netflix releases a motion picture to the theaters, why not?
Yeah.
But it's like online media. Should that be classified as stuff that's like going to be a movie like for Oscar, or should it be classified like an Emmy, like for the TV awards and that sort of thing? Because there's a big separation there. That you can't win you don't win Oscars for your television show. You win Emmys.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the right word? Emmys, not what's the Tony? Yeah. Tony Awards is Broadway.
Tony's is for Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, now that I thought of it that way, because at first I was like, well, of course Netflix should win Oscars if they're making movies, but then, how do you classify online media?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we should just move into a new era where everything made for television, everything made for Netflix, everything made for Hulu, and everything made for motion pictures. As long as it's a 2-hour-long feature-length film, it should qualify. Maybe that should be the new thing. I don't know. Who am I to gatekeep this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you guys think? What's this?
Science.
Four-legged whale. You mean an underwater dog or something?
Yes. 100% an underwater dog.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Look at this fucker.
You just put some hair on that thing and it's an underwater dog. Give it some pointy ears.
Mm-hmm. So, whale biologists and stuff have actually discovered, like, that if you look in the front fins of whales, that the way that the tarsals and metatarsals are shaped within those actually show that at one point in time they were capable of walking on them because of how the bones are actually spread out inside and stuff like that. And so this helps actually track more of that, like, at one point in time, whales were actually capable of going up on land and doing stuff and then getting back in the water, because you could see how even the shape of this would eventually evolve into a modern day whale.
Can you imagine an orca with ripped legs?
Oh my God, just see any seals, bro?
Beefy orca, like you're just chilling on the beach, and then all of a sudden there's a shadow. You open your eye, looking for seals, bro.
Nice sandcastle. Kick. Yeah.
Because we all know orca would be bros.
Yeah, beach bros, obviously. Fucking orcas. Orca ninjas go Rambo.
No.
So anyway,
why would orcas be bros?
I don't know.
Be brorcas.
Brocas.
The movie.
Yeah,
I'm writing the movie right now.
So this is called the Perigotius pacificus.
Could you be more specific with that?
I can't. Yeah.
Okay. I want there to be land whales right now. Like,
hey, Tao.
I want this.
Welcome aboard.
I want this hard.
Yeah.
I really want there to be land whales.
Land whales.
I just want them to chase people around and stuff like that. That would be, like, amazing. I would love to, like, sit just far enough away that they couldn't get me and laugh. like up on the edge of a cliff or something where they can't reach. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want one, or is it just me? I really want one of these things.
I wouldn't mind.
Wouldn't mind if it just, like, you could take it or leave it. If the Humane Society was like, hey, we really need to get rid of some of these land whales, you'd be like, oh, I'll take one.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Hey, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. So, the Cowboy Bebop live action casting is going to have John Cho as Spike, which is awesome. John Cho is a really excellent actor.
Yep.
And
how many cigarettes can he smoke, though?
Has come a long way since Harold and Kumar.
He's going to have to smoke so many cigarettes.
Yeah, he is.
All right, I'm going to bring up the rest of the cast because we didn't cover that, right?
Sure. No, we did not.
So let me get the full cast here while we're over here. I've got to bring that up. What is it? Netflix. They brought up a whole. There we go.
So a lot of the people are kind of upset right now because the person that's going to be playing Faye Valentine is...
She's I think half Mexican or full Mexican, I forget. She looks a lot like Faye, though.
I think she looks great.
Like, what's her name? There it is.
Danielle
Let me just bring this up so you guys can see how much like Faye she looks.
Yeah, look at that.
Come on. Such a good casting for Faye Valentine. I don't care if she's Swahili.
Yeah, she looks excellent for Faye.
Wait, I can already hear the guys on 8chan. Her boobs are 1 cup size too small. This is not okay. The new hairstyle, is it Trump style? Whose hairstyle?
New hairstyle? Who's new hair? On John Cho, maybe?
Oh, wait, sorry. John Cho's hairstyle? Who are you talking about?
Yeah, what? I guess. You go out there trumping it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be really awesome.
Well, I mean, the cast is good, but
yeah.
Well, hopefully Netflix doesn't screw it up like they do most things. Oh, no, it's going to be terrible. I've just talked myself out of it.
Oh, wow. That was a roller coaster ride right there. Man.
I was like, wait a minute, this is Netflix. I don't trust how they handle, unless they've done a pretty good job with the animated anime, not the live action anime.
Great. So, if you haven't seen this trailer yet for...
Happy birthday, Heath Ledger.
Yay. For Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, it looks very interesting.
Whew. I'll probably go see this. It'll be the first comic book movie I've seen in years.
Yeah.
I really don't care about the Avengers and all that nonsense, but I say nonsense because I don't like all the over-the-top, like...
Yeah.
All the
So, but this one
superpowers.
is outside of that shared universe as well.
Right.
This is its own thing. It doesn't have to do with anyone else. It's like...
Where's the Batman?
Just its own thing.
Is there no Batman in this?
I don't know. Maybe there'd be a Batman.
How can there not be a Batman?
Yeah. I think this is going to be really cool looking. If you want to hear it with sound, you're going to need to go do your own thing.
Yeah, I like how he gets beat up a lot. He gets knocked around. It shows the development of the Joker and how he just becomes like this whole like fuck society kind of guy.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, he fell into a vat of chemicals and went insane. Like,
even though that makes tons of sense.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, like, if I was a kid reading comic books, that makes
yes. This is the story of him of telling of how he becomes the Joker.
Does anyone think he can outdo Heath Ledger? Or what was the guy who did it in whatever the Sanity Squad or the Stupid Squad or the...
Oh, Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Anyone can outdo Jared Leto.
No one can outdo Jared Leto.
No, I think, like, Heath Ledger did an excellent job, but I think, honestly, the real Joker to beat is Mark Hamill.
Well, yeah.
Like Heath Ledger was amazing. He did an excellent part in his role and everything. But for me, the Joker voice is always... Joker is always Mark Hamill. And whenever I hear Mark Hamill doing stuff, like if I just hear him doing voice work on other things, I think the Joker's there. Like it kind of takes me away from it. But this looks like it's going to be intense.
Yeah, but it's going to be in theaters as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is wonderful news, isn't it?
Yes. How many people are super duper mad about this?
Go. Borderlands is going to be an Epic Store exclusive for 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's going to be coming out in September. Then it'll be on the in April 2020. It'll be coming to Steam and all the other platforms. So how mad are you guys right now? Let us know. Yeah. Let us feel your anger and pain and hatred.
And who's upset about this? Because I gotta tell you, like I'm seeing all these things and stuff about people being like,
hold on, you're ready for people to hate you if you say anything that's not in line with. You better be in line with what Reddit is saying, or else you're going to be ostracized.
I'm okay. But like all these people that are being like, oh my god, I'm going to ban this and boycott this and stuff because it's not doing what I want, and that's very upsetting. Like I just kind of view that as being like, wow, that's going to be a lot less like really angry people to have to play this video game with. That sounds awesome. Thank you for doing that preemptive weeding out of people of the undesirables to play with in multiplayer. Like, thank you.
So you're it's weeding out the complaining, whining baby types.
Yeah, I guess. Like
I'm not stating an opinion yet on this. I'm just like going along with it.
If they're so angry that they're like, we're gonna boycott this and stuff, chances are, like, I wouldn't want to be playing with that person anyway. Like,
Well, guess
I don't
what?
know.
The Epic CEO, he says, you know what? We thought about like no longer taking exclusives away from Steam, but we had a little chit chat, and we're going to keep doing it. They're
Yeah.
going to keep taking exclusives away from Steam. They're going to keep talking to games that are, coming to certain platforms and being like, a lot of people are acting like it's like the game's not coming out for PC anymore. And it takes a few minutes to install the Epic launcher, and guess what? It doesn't have as many features, but how many times do you use 70 features at the same time while you're playing a game? Some games it's really necessary and you need the features and the Steam connectivity and the Steam friend lists and stuff. But for some games, is it that big of a deal?
I don't know.
All right, here is going to be something that a lot of people don't want to hear because everyone wants to likes to think that they're super important.
Ooh.
And their opinion matters more than everybody else's. And guys, I know a lot of people on Reddit are freaking out, right? They're mostly going to be like the slightly older gamers, right? The people who grew up on Steam, maybe people who their first game was purchased on Steam. Maybe they didn't even exist before that, but there's a Steam generation, right? And they love Steam. Epic has seen the future, and Epic knows that in 10 years, the 8 to 12-year-olds are going to be 20-year-old. They're going to have jobs. They're going to have a lot more money than they do now, and they won't have to bother their parents. They won't need to rely on free games like Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
The Epic Games platform has 85 million people on it right now. It's not as much as Steam, but get this. Here's the crazy statistic. 40% of the 85 million people do not have Steam installed on their computer. That is a huge chunk of people who are not the guys complaining on Reddit, who are not the guys flaming everything that Unreal says, who are not the guys going on to Steam and downvoting all the old Borderlands games because that's somehow the way for them to have a political say in things. Guys, Epic knows what they're doing. They're a big company. And whether you like it or not, they are completely hooking a new generation. And in 10 years, Steam might not be the biggest thing anymore. Love it or hate it, that's what's going to happen. The other thing that's interesting about this, here's the review bombing. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now because yeah.
So in response, everyone is taking it out on all of their other games.
Yeah.
Like,
see, the thing that's also nice about this, Stacey mentions, it's on Epic's engine. When you're using Epic's engine and you throw it up on their store, it's a major benefit to you as a developer because normally you throw this on Steam store, you got to pay the 30%, plus you got to pay Epic like 8 to 10% of your game profit. So there goes like almost half your game profit, and after you get taxes and stuff, there's not a lot left over. You put it on Epic store, it's 12%, and Epic says, hey, you're using our engine, you're on our store, we're going to waive the big fees that we normally have for using our engine. So they're making an exponentially more money per sale than they do with Steam. Steam provides a huge service to game developers that is worth a lot of money. But as we move forward, it's going to be worth less and less and less as technology becomes more ubiquitous.
yeah.
So, but at least this is going on for Gabe.
Yeah. At least his face is unintentionally promoting underwear in China.
We're scrolling down and there's a picture of it. This was found in China right here. Longed?
Long Dian.
Hey, what's happening, Longdian?
Yeah.
Well, there he is.
Underwear for large men, I
It's
guess.
very, very specifically catered to these guys living in China.
Yeah.
Who's this catered towards exactly?
And how much of a cut is Gabe getting?
There's a lot of PC gamers in China. They know what they're doing.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here. This is not.
That wasn't they weren't just like, we need a picture of a big white guy. Like they were like, no, let's put Gabe on here.
They know exactly what they're
Yeah.
doing. Anyway, back to Epic Store for just one moment, because I want to say here that I'm not trying to take any sides. I'm just trying to spit things out as they're happening and as I see it. I will say my personal opinion is I don't care. I'll install the Unreal platform because of this. It is actually not spyware. People keep screaming that it's spyware, and there's a very lengthy post here where they went through everything, looked at different things. The only thing that it's sharing is in this config file right here, this VDF file. It does have a hash list of your Steam friends and that sort of thing. But whenever you do anything on Steam, it doesn't log any of that information. There's no live logging going on of what you're doing on your computer. And right here is a list of everything that's collected. and it's exactly what Epic said they were collecting. There's nothing shady going on behind the scenes. There's no information being sent to Chinese servers, and if there is, it's going from Epic server as marketing data, which probably is happening to Tencent, so they could say, like, here's our demographic, here's what's happening. But yeah, sorry guys, there's really, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are not in Chinese databases using the software. It's not spying on you, and it's not working for the government. It's not doing some sinister stuff on the side. Sorry. I mean, you can still hate them if you want to. That's fine, because they don't have all the features, and they're forcing you to install another launcher, which I know takes 30 seconds and makes you want to kill people. But just install the launcher and play the games and shut up. There, I finally made a statement.
Nice.
Shall we?
Do we need to talk about how Anthem went wrong? I feel like everyone can tell us.
They can.
Yeah.
We could probably skip over the Anthem thing.
Sure.
Yeah. The whole Anthem thing is just crunch time. The main and people changing their mind a lot. But yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
All right.
We can make a separate video on why crunch is bad.
Yeah. So the Skyrim grandma, who, if you don't know, she is a Shirley Curry, who is a grandmother who plays Skyrim a bunch, is going to be an NPC in the Elder Scrolls 6. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. That I got nothing. I got no follow up to that.
Yeah, I mean, they brought her into the office. I hope they let her do a whole bunch of dialogue and stuff.
I used to be an adventurer like you. I took an arrow to the knee.
What does the arrow to the knee actually mean?
Yeah. So actually, let's talk about this really quick. So one of our D&D friends, we were making a joke about arrow to the knee one day, and she actually told us what arrow to the knee actually means. Because I was like, okay, so you're in Skyrim, right? This is literally a world where you touch down into the game with the ability to heal yourself by holding your hand up. Like, there are potions, there are all kinds of stuff. Who the fuck does this guy think he is, saying he used to be an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee? He should be able to keep going, right? Like, literally, I just got burned by a dragon and bit twice, and I'm okay.
Right.
And it means, yes, Shoteen jumped it a little bit. Thank you.
Damn
But
it.
it means, thanks, Shoteen.
You ruined his
Way
story.
to kill my build-up. Anyways, it means that you've gotten married. Taking an arrow to the knee is another term for getting hitched. So when that guy was complaining, he actually meant, like, I used to be an adventurer, then I got married, and now I'm a city guard.
Ruining things for people.
Jesus, Shoteen.
Why'd you do this?
Yeah.
The Seventh Guest is out, but don't buy it. So that's the end of that.
It's out, but don't buy
It's a
it.
ridiculous horror game that came when they were making all these live action games, you know. But this is they're trying to sell this as the 25th anniversary edition. The Philips CDI version is the better version with better graphics, better sound, and stuff like that. And that's not this version. This is very lazy. We should not reward the developers for doing this. Whoever Mojo touches, but this is the mobile version ported over to PC. No. I wish it was not, but that's what it's not the 25th anniversary, and there's nothing special about this. It's the damn mobile version. So yeah. Is that Jeff Goldblum? No. I don't know who stars in The Seventh Guest, but
You should buy it if it was Jeff Goldblum.
it's over the top and ridiculous, so yeah. So the old Borderlands games,
Just got
free
a texture. Yeah.
and it's free.
Yeah.
So hats off to those developers. A lot of times they make you pay like I think Metro made you pay for their redo version, and like all these games come out with the HD version, $20 or whatever, free. Thank you very much. So yeah, we both got a split soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Split, Splitgate is trying to bring back the arena shooter by mixing Halo Portal and Rocket League.
I'm curious to know if any of you guys are interested in this. I think the game right now, as it stands, looks like another one of these generic cyberpunk, way too many neon LEDs, but the gameplay is interesting in the sense that it's an arena shooter where you're like you're running around with lasers and rockets going for the headshots, but you have the ability to create portals like in Portal. So it's just an arena shooter with portals. That's basically what it is. Is anybody curious about that?
Could be
Fun and interesting, fast paced. Or is everyone just too busy playing Battle Royale? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so here's a nice list if you're looking to step away from the computer for a hot minute with some friends and play some board games instead.
Those things are too cute to be allowed.
Polygon has released this game. Is actually really great. Root. It's fucking really fun. So here's a list of all the board games of the year according to Polygon.
Are they good? I mean,
A lot of the stuff on here is excellent. Like they made some pretty solid choices here. Cool. Yeah. Super into it. So this is just something to check out if you feel like going offline for a little bit, you know, whatever. Ooh, next up.
Where is this?
Is this thing right here. Here's my D&D segue for the day. This is Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons. It's officially licensed by both companies, and it's just fantastic.
Can we see the beholder, please?
Yeah.
Is anyone out there like tired of nerd crossovers?
No.
Or does everyone love them? Can you not get enough?
We got the eye holes guy.
It's gonna be blurry back there.
Yeah, it's
right.
Got the eye holes guy taking the eye holes off of a beholder. That's everything. That's perfect. But
the guy who gets ants in his eyes, that guy?
That's Ants in My Eyes Johnson.
So this is a different guy.
Yeah, no, the eye holes guy is the cereal mascot. So, but this is really, really well done. They talk about a lot of good nerdy references, and they kind of like talk about a little history of D&D while they're doing it. And the other neat thing is that they have character sheets in the back for everyone's character that they play, and they're all designed for 5th ed. So you
can actually play Morty.
Yeah.
Is Morty a rogue? What is he?
In this one, he's a half orc rogue.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Pretty clear there by the picture.
But yeah, this is super entertaining read if you are into either or both of these universes. Go check it out. There's an Amazon link. Go on.
I swear to God, I have to log into Twitter still. I have to sit down and use this computer for a week.
Yeah.
Let me just get up the PDX alerts and we'll be done.
What was this one right here?
Oh, that was that.
Oh, keep going. Keep scrolling over. There might be
nothing.
Nothing? Good.
I gotta get PDX alerts and then we're done.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've bumped things. I've ruined everything. Okay, let's see what's going on in Portland, then we'll be done for the day.
Yeah. I have to go run Dungeons and Dragons and
I have to go run
up a hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey. Male swinging a knife at people. Can we be more specific? What kind of knife?
Yeah, is it a machete?
Please be a machete. All right.
Report of a suspicious subject throwing soda cans and threatening people with an arrow.
An arrow?
Described as a white male in a Crusader Knight costume. Additional callers reporting he also has a sword.
Obviously. It's obviously the Portland Vanguard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where was that?
Report that a male... That was in...
How long ago? I want to go see that.
It was a couple days ago.
I want to battle him.
Yeah. Throwing food... Reports of a male standing in traffic, throwing food and rocks at cars and making finger gun gestures at passerby.
Okay, you did it cool, but I bet this guy's violent. I bet he's going. Pew, 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 pew. What if he's like one of those psychos who just like goes bang, 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 and like barely moves, you know, like the creepy.
Ooh.
That's probably what he's doing. Bang, bang. I don't know.
Here we go.
Oh!
Update. Officer on a scene says a male armed with a machete is riding a bicycle westbound on Northeast Killingworth. Officer following and awaiting more officers to arrive.
Show thread.
Show this thread. This is see, that's the longest non-machete drought in Portland history. All back to normal now.
What's this guy doing here?
That's machete.
That is.
That's
finally
machete.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a scene of downtown Portland, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I think we can end it there. I don't want to go on
Yeah.
unless there's something really good. Well, you never know. There could be something really good.
Report of 10 people fighting. Caller thinks it might be spilling over from a nearby church.
That's called a revival?
Yeah.
They do that around here?
Yeah. Police to Southwest 6 and Yamhill Security is out with a male who has a pipe and is playing with himself. If you know what I mean.
like sandcastles?
Like described as, wow, so it's a pipe, huh? Oof. That guy's got it.
Just out there laying some pipe.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you guys some finger guns. I think that's it. I think we're good.
Someone called somewhere in North Portland. So we got to read it in like a 20s announcer voice. Somewhere in North Portland, report of a male that took off his shirt, did a quick push-up workout in the middle of the street, then walked off. Why would you call the police?
That man is working out.
Why would you call the sergeant says no dispatch needed or whatever? Like,
Oh, here's another suspicious male holding a bow and arrow.
what is going on?
Nothing indicates he's doing anything wrong. Caller just thinks he needs to be checked on.
You can walk around with a gun,
Yeah.
and that's legal.
But they're like, that guy's got a bow and arrow. Oh, shit. Ugh.
Sometimes I worry more about the people who call the police in Portland than the people who need to have the police called upon them.
Yeah.
Like, why would you call the police if someone did push-ups in the middle of the road? He did push-ups and got the hell out of there. It's over. Like, whatever.
Yeah, maybe he's one of those dudes that was like, oh shit, it's this time, gotta do my workout right now.
Yeah.
Crunch it out. Gotta keep the...
What if God told him to do push-ups
Yeah.
right then and there, and he had to obey the voice of God in his head?
Yeah. Shotin's his bow and arrow, he might be getting married. Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's a good one to end on. Thanks for the ending, Shotine. Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out on a Thursday instead of a Friday.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys all next week. No, not next week.
Yeah,
Logan,
next week.
Oh yeah, next week. Week after that is not.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week. Okay.
See you guys later.
Yeah. Bye.